New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring. On behalf of the entire prayer team at New Thought Media Network, we thank you for joining us on this broadcast. You can catch New Thought Media Network prayer time at 8:15 a.m. and 8:15 p.m. Mountain Time, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And now, let's center ourselves in the words of Ernest Holmes. We must put meaning and belief into our prayers. It is the meaning and mindfulness that is the nexus from which our words come to life.
Good morning, and welcome to another edition of Morning Prayers. I'm Reverend Z, your host, and it is my pleasure to be here with you this morning to engage in the sacred act of prayer. That activity that raises our vibration to the level of the divine and allow us to tap in, tune in, and turn on to the God within. So sit back, take a deep breath, relax, and let's start some prayers. I'd like to thank New Thought Media Network for allowing us this opportunity. We're here every morning and evening, 8:15, and it is always a pleasure to be here. So first and foremost, as always, we want to give a shout out to all of our listeners and prayer warriors this morning. Say good morning to Wayne and good morning to Ursula. How are you guys? Good morning to Sunshine. And I just trust everyone is having a great start to the day. And as I started this day, just relaxing and thinking about this morning's prayer, the thing that popped into my mind, especially with all of the goings on that has really been going on since March, really, since we had this pandemic. But the thing that really struck me is this whole idea of being fully present in the moment, whatever that moment is, because it is in that moment when you can fully engage your total self, your mind, body, and soul, that we begin to tap into the vibrations of the divine, and we're able to detect the things that God has put for us to gain in that moment. You know, we have these five senses that they say, feeling, touch, smell, so forth, to allow us to help navigate the world. But I think also as we sit in that moment and be fully aware, that greater sense of intuition, that greater sense of the spirit moving through us comes alive. And we're able to tap into our surroundings and feel the vibrations of the moment and know when to do and know what to do and know how to do. Because that is one of the cornerstones of prayer, is to be able to send out a beacon, if you will, to tap into the light source of the divine and allow ourselves to expand, to put in requests, to put in awarenesses that allow us to know that whatever we're praying for, we're already there. We already have that thing, but we have to tap into it. And that's what prayer is for. That's at least one of the ways. I mean, it's like a multi-tool. It's like, you know, one of those Swiss Army knives where you can just keep pulling out the file and the fork and the spoon. It is a multi-purpose tool that allows us to help navigate our lives, to help offer companionship and compassion to friends and loved ones and the planet. So that whole idea of prayer demands that we be in the moment, that we're not somewhere else. We're not thinking about what's going to happen after the prayer. We're in the moment of the prayer, because it is there that we can tap into the energy. It is there that we allow God to flow through us. And so that's what this program is about, really, being in the moment of prayer. Because in that moment, as they say, that's where the secret sauce is being in that moment, allowing God's energy to elevate us. And so that's a hard job sometimes, especially when we're in situations like this, but that's when we need it the most. And that's why, for me, this morning and this day, this idea of being in the moment will be my mantra for today, so that each and every activity I do, I want to bring my full self to it. I don't want to be thinking about what's next, or what I just did, or how someone's going to receive what I'm doing. I want to be fully involved in that activity, whatever it is. And I know that at that moment, the energy of God will exude whatever is going on. And that living prayer of living your life in a spiritual way will come alive. And so I'm hoping and I'm encouraging and I'm asking everyone to have that kind of a mantra today as well, to be fully present in whatever it is you're doing, to be able to say, I participated in a thing and I enjoyed it wholeheartedly, meaning physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I got something out of that moment, whether it's picking flowers from the garden, whether it's repairing something in the house, whether it's reading a good book, or having a conversation with a friend or a loved one. Be fully present. And so it is in that kind of understanding that I want to go into prayer. Because I know that right here, right now, as we take this breath and we allow ourselves to settle in and relax and release all the tension, we can bring up that attitude of gratitude and that sense of full presence. To know that right here, where we are, wherever we are, God is there, coursing through our veins, surrounding our bodies, our minds, our hearts, our ideas, and infusing us with the elixir of spirit that allows us to stay firmly in the moment, to stay finely attuned to what is going on around us, because all that is around us, all that is in us, and all that is through us is God itself. And so when we can do that, we tune into the divine. And we stay in that moment, so that the clarity of what's next, the clarity of any given moment, the clarity of who and what we are shines through, just by staying in that moment, being fully present, not thinking ahead, not thinking behind, just staying right here and letting each moment unfold in a God-given way, so that we can stay in the flow of the divine. And so I know right here, right now, that everyone on this call, everyone that may hear it later, and everyone that wanted to be here and couldn't be here, I know that that vibration of this prayer right here, right now, is resonating out to them and allowing them to remember exactly who they are, divine emanations of the Most High God, filled with power and glory, insight and intuition that will allow each and every one of us to be present and stand forth for righteousness, to stand forth for greatness, for abundance, for upliftment, for justice, for all those things that make us complete and whole, not only as an individual, but as humanity itself. And so right now, when we need humanity to stand up and be counted for, we're asking that this prayer go out to each and every one of us, so that we stay present fully in the moment of what's going on around the world right here, right now. to be uplifters, to be wayshowers, to be mouthpieces, to be megaphones of justice, of love, of compassion. Because that's what's being called now. That's what we're being asked to do as we see all these manner of things unfold around us. Those who are in tune with where we are and where we need to go in terms of humanity, God has called us and we have answered the call. And so it is in that calling, it is in that way of being present, no matter how that shows up, we give thanks. We give thanks for that moment to stand up and say, I am here. I am accounted for. I will do my part. And as always, there is no big or small in the mind of God, because it's all good. It's all connected. It all creates this one fabric of life. And that's what we're giving thanks for, to be a part of that. To be integral sources of divine light that guide not only our own lives, but the lives of others. And so we give thanks. And in that, we release these words, this prayer, this idea, this picture of who and what we are into the mind of God that gets projected back to us and into the world as a beacon of light, love, and hope, knowing that it is done well, and it is done in this moment, right here, right now. And so it is, amen. And so it is, amen. So I'm hoping and trusting that everyone will go out today, and no matter what they do, be fully present, be in that moment, so that you can fine tune yourself as we continue to move into this season of fall, and allow ourselves to get in tune with what is going on by watching the leaves and the animals and the patterns of weather that come through, and know that there is a corresponding relationship that's also going on within us in this fall season, because we are a reflection of life, and life is a reflection of us. So as we begin to stay in the moment and get in tune with the season, we begin to really enjoy it and navigate it with ease and grace. And so, as always, if anyone has any prayers for anything, please send them forward to prayer@ntmedia.org, and someone on the prayer team will grab those. And we just love you for your support of the station and all the things we're doing and all the things we plan to do. So please continue to support us by sending your gifts, tithes to www.paypal.me/Newthorpe radio. And so I am just, as always, grateful for those who show up, and grateful for those who pray together to raise the vibration of the divine across the planet. And so remember that we have a lot of new programs showing up, and one that I'm really looking forward to that's coming up in October is a new program that Reverend Briz and I are doing called New Thought Today. It'll be an hour-long program that looks at new thought, its principles, its concepts, its relationship to other new thought ideas, and it's going to be a blast. And so we're hoping that you send in any comments, send in any ideas that you want us to discuss, but this will be a really good program to begin to understand and go deeper into the roots of religious science and science of mind, and how it applies today, which is what we need, is a new thought for today. A new thought for today. So once again, I want to thank everyone for being here, and just give a call-in shout out again to Ursula and Wayne and Brother Robert and Sunshine and Sunshine and Suzanne, and just everyone that tuned in this morning. I love you much. And if you've enjoyed the show, if you've gotten anything out of the show, please, please, please invite a friend to tell another friend to come right on in. We're here, as you know, every morning and every afternoon, or every evening rather, 8:15. And we're here to support you and to spread love, light, and insight. And so it is. Amen.
On behalf of the New Thought Media Network, thank you for being with us for this special prayer broadcast. We look forward to being with you again soon, 8:15 a.m. or 8:15 p.m. Mountain Time. Until then, peace and blessings.